fellow Squeakers, and welcome to a brand new campaign from Total War Warhammer. This time we are doing the Von Carsteins. When the Von Carsteins first came out, I thought they were a very cool little race. Well, not really a race, they're part of the vampire counts, but they're kind of a different faction of the vampire counts.
Vlad von Carstein.
Yep, good old Vlad von Carstein is a very decent dude all by himself.
Queen of Darkness.
But I'm going to be playing Isabella von Carstein as my primary because I don't know, I just think she's cooler. Vlad is definitely a powerhouse and a pretty nasty customer, but Isabella has this really cool ability to with her special abilities and her basically her abilities allow you to be able to create an army of heroes, and I've always been a big fan of old Greek mythology of Jason and the Argonauts, and I love the idea of an army of heroes. So we're going to be doing that. She is the heir of the Mad Count, powerful spellcaster, a master of the lore of vampires. She has the ability of Undying Love, which means when these two are together, they buff each other pretty heavily, and we will get him on turn 2 automatically. And if we were to start with him, we'd get her on turn 2. Her special ability is weapon damage plus 25% for all vampire heroes. Oh my gosh, insane. And her, of course, her vampire hero capacity is pretty heavy duty, and she has access to a unique building in Castle Drakenhof. Now, we're not going to be pushing straight for Castle Drakenhof, but we will be, we will eventually be taking that place for our own, of course. But for now...
Hail to you, O cold and beautiful Isabella.
Why, thank you.
Manfred dwells in Castle Drakenhof, your rightful home.
Just for now.
So whilst you should be rightfully proud of what you have achieved so far, there is clearly still much to be done.
Getting there.
The Temple of Brood control the lands to the north, as far as the River Ster. They cannot be suffered to endure, lest they threaten your strength. Raise your forces, march on the foe, and show them true terror.
Yeah, we're there. Target number 1.
The high mountains to the south are infested with dwarfs. Our lands will never be safe with such an enemy so close. Make plans to drive out their stunted kind in time. So set
I'm not
forth,
actually worried
Isabella,
about the dwarves.
Wife and warrior, beauty and horror. The fury in your eyes will bring this world to its knees.
Yes, it will. But for now, go away. Alright. That's just neat, nifty stuff. The stuff basically we already know about. Okay, so we are going to... Let's see. What is the first good opening move? First, we should start with our technology. I have played a little bit of the Von Carsteins, just to kind of get used to how they play. They are a very unique way of playing. Not what I'm expecting, what I'm used to playing. You know, I tend to play such a brute force method of strategy. You know, like with the dwarves and their overwhelming firepower, or the chaos and their super-powered monsters. Well, with this, I will be kind of doing something similar. I'm going to be creating super-powered heroes and probably build an army of Vargulfs and Terrorgeists, and you know, just because it's cool. You know, that's how I like to play. So we will be doing that. All right, so let's see. We're not terribly worried about those. Oh, right. Let's start with Schwarzenhofen. And you know what? Let's go to the buildings here. Now we don't have. Now this is not a place that has anything unique, right? And this can only go to level 3. So while we are going to want like this tree, this little tree here, on it, but I'm gonna want that on like a big city. Because they've got the Banshee and the White King, and of course we need our heroes. That and these guys have no access to vampire crypts, which means, you know, not going to be a thing. We're not going to be focused on that. In fact, really, we'll probably keep this just so we'll have access to the Vargulfs and the Terrorgeists. We'll probably keep that, but I think for now we're going to do either Cursed Fields or Gibbets. Obviously Cursed Fields. So that we can start on our income here. Obviously that's going to become a big deal. So let's... Let's start by bringing her over here and raising the dead in this province. Then we will bring her back over here and raise the dead in this province. For this turn...
You dare! I will sire the worthy. Blood kiss.
We'll just go ahead and kick both of those off. That'll give them some experience, and also be able to increase the overall growth of Schwarzhaven here and this province. Let's see. Diplomacy.
Greetings, kin. Mine will dominate here. Do not...
Just because we will go ahead and do this and do and get a don't kill each other pact, non-aggression pact, because I don't really want to mess with Manfred right off the bat. We're going to go up and we're going to take Tempelhof, and we're going to see if we can't take care of the Tempelhof right off the bat. These guys hate us. They're always going to hate us. There's no dealing with dwarves. I guess we could take a chance and see if they will be... the chances of getting any sort of non-aggression with Empire is going to be very low. And eventually we're going to be taking out the Empire anyway. Why? Because where's my objectives? That's what it was. Of course, as usual, we're going to be doing the short campaign victory. Maintain control of 15 provinces, either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies. Destroy the Empire. So we were eventually going to be heading over here and kicking butt anyway. And of course, Castle Drakenhof, which we will eventually be coming over here and taking out. But right now, Manfred has got too much power under his heel. We don't want to mess with it. So let's hit that turn. Good old von Carstein has arrived. Come here, von Carstein. He costs nothing, but he does have a fairly hefty upkeep, but we can afford him for now. We need him in our lives. Because von Carstein is a pretty nasty customer.
I am darkness. Flight.
We're going to go ahead and move her over there. We're going to move him...
of darkness.
Oh, as far as he will go for now, because
Yes,
he can't go...
sire.
He can't go very far.
I assent.
Let's put Emmanuel in there, and we will go ahead and keep Melissa out here for the time being. Don't worry, Melissa, we will be taking care of you, but for now, we're just going to keep you so that you will continue to cause growth in the area, which is, of course, very important. All right. Diplomacy is just not going to be a real much of a thing with vampires, and you know, so I'm not terribly worried about that. We do need to work on kind of getting him. We're going to be whipping him around to here. Our first target is going to be Fort Oberstyre. From there, we will be taking out the Castle Tempelhof, and basically going and taking out the whole Tempelhof faction. For now, let's go ahead and hit this.
I am invincible.
You are? I would have never thought that. Alright, let's move you to here.
Sleep is for the living.
And recruit, just so we can get some units in over there. Let's
Ready.
embed you,
Isabella.
and then Isabella von Carstein, you can come right over here. One more turn will get us that next technology. We don't have any. Yeah, see how like just a couple of turns kind of gave them some experience. Hey, might as well get what we can, right? All right, and that will do for now. Let's hit that time button. And the Lamian Book. Oh, I forgot. The Lamian Book of Blood. Let's do this and then this. Eventually, I'm going to want to kind of go and spread all throughout this. So that we can get some bonus hero recruiting ranks for our heroes. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of going down this way. I'm going this way first because I need growth and income, both very important. But then I don't think I'm going to go any further down this way. I will likely go down this way and kind of push for the corruption and through to here, and then down this way, possibly this one, although I really don't see myself being too diplomatic. Perhaps going into down this way so that I can get some bonus income from especially the vampire crypts and the keeps. But I will be heavily pushing down this way, and then once I have gone as far as I want to down this way, then we will come up here and we're going to push towards the Vargal, the flying, the Vargeists, the Vargulfs, and finally the Terrorgeists. So that's kind of the plan for them. All right, so let us start here and let's go
Into darkness.
there, and then
I am unstoppable.
declare war because we don't like you and we're vampires and we don't care about little details about like petty diplomacy and such. Again, guys, I'm just not gonna mess with things like this. This is obviously not even a battle worth fighting. I'm just gonna auto-resolve the obvious stuff like that. Just for the interests of time, I just who wants it, Occupy. Armor of Fortune, very nice. Armor, ward, save, and physical resistance. You know what? While I
The world will drown in blood.
While I do like Isabella having that, I think I'm going to give that to von Carstein. He's going to be kind of my big bad boy. Okay, so first things first, we need the campaign movement range. Obviously, that's going to be an important factor. And then
Join me for dinner.
I don't really want to join you for dinner. For now, I think I'm going to put you over here.
Vlad von Carstein.
Have you raise another point here. And see if maybe I can just put you...
Champion of the Dark.
That'll work for now because I can because next turn I can put her next to Castle Drakenhof, and then I'll just put the two of them together, and that will take care of that. Yes. Oh really? You're gonna abandon Castle Drakenhof, huh? Mission issued. It's Hellfen all over again. This time, Vampire Council will be victorious. Declare war on the dwarves. Nah. I have no interest in pushing any points with the dwarves. I don't see...
And tremble.
I don't see the point.
I am going.
Okay, so I'm over here. Let's see if we can't recruit another one of these. And then...
I want their souls!
Once again, this really isn't worth fighting. We vastly outnumber them, and I really don't want to mess with that kind of thing. So... let's crush it real quick. I think I'm just gonna occupy for now.
Yes!
Wow.
The von Carstein.
Once again, I think we're going to give him that Sword of Swift Slaying. Because he just, I think it would be better off in his hands. He's kind of our killer. We're not going to go down this way right now. For now, we are going to push him towards... let's give him the hunger.
Queen of Darkness.
All right. So
Farewell.
yeah. This will kind of put us into striking range should they decide to come over here and try to take Castle Tempelhof back. Alright. Castle Tempelhof. This is a biggie. This is like one of the main places we need to take. Partially because of this, the Dark Lair. Recruitment cost for all units recruited from the forest building chain, and +3 experience units for all units recruited, which is awesome. This is the forest chain. This is going to give us our primary units for the Terrorgeist and the Vargulf for Vlad von Carstein's thing. So we will, let's see. What else do we want to do? We are going to want one of these to be a balefire because we need to. I want to be able to have this be kind of a big vampiric corruption area because this is right next to the Empire. Obviously, we are going to need to worry about this as well. I don't know that I'm going to mess with trade. We need the Forbidden Library, possibly the Necromancer Tower, but definitely the Forbidden Library and the Vampire Counts. We're going to need both. Or Vampire Crypts, sorry, and the Vampire's Keep. So we are going to need this one for sure, that one for sure, this one for sure, because all three of these things are necessary for getting us vampires and for increasing the power of our vampires, such as that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's how we're going to do it. All right. So for now, what would be the better way to go? I think for now, we don't have the money yet, do we? No, we do not. So why don't I go ahead and get that started, since we're going to be going up that way anyway. All right, and I think we're going to go ahead and leave it here for this particular episode, everybody. This is kind of a good place to stop. Oh, you know, I just realized
Of Sylvania.
we have skills to assign here. Sorry. So for, of course, Restless Dead. Melissa. Okay, so this is really nice. I like being able to allow, you know, be able to allow like certain heroes to be able to get in and be like growth boosters in a given province, but at the same time, I'm going to be putting all of my heroes into an army. So this isn't going to be that big of a deal, and I don't intend to use them as like, you know, people for that for which that's important. So I'm thinking maybe. Do I want to just make these, because she's Vampire of Death, she's Vampire of Shadows. I think I'm going to start by start with the with some of this and get them kind of their fighting skills more powerhouse, and leave most of the magic to Vlad and Isabella. Vlad and Isabella have access to some very powerful spells, including the lore, the lore master lore of vampires. The lore of vampires is really good. It's very powerful, and I think I just want to make sure that we leave the primary spell casting to them. Oops, excuse me. Whew, excuse me. All right. Yep, and I think that's going to do it for this particular episode, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. It helps me out so very much. For those of you who are regular viewers of mine, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and sharing my videos on your social media. I truly appreciate it when you do. And for those of you who are already supporting me in all the ways that you do, thank you so much. You guys are so important to me. Your support is important to me. Keep up those comments. Keep up that viewership. Spread the word of Squeaking Lion, and we will someday make this a job. And Man, I look forward to that day. And as always, everyone, always remember that anyone can be a mouse that roars, but it takes someone special to be a lion that squeaks. So embrace your inner lion and squeak on!